It's time to lead the way. Let us show you how to reach your fitness goals once and for all. We aren't going to just show you the way. We are going to lead the way.
How's it going, everybody? It's Coach Sal here with the Lead the Way Fitness Podcast. Today, my friend Arlene Burry joins us. She trains with us over at the Monrovia location. Arlene, how long have you been training with us now?
Gosh, well, through COVID and everything, it's been over 2 years.
What led you?
Actually, maybe 3 years, a long time.
It sounds like 2 years sounds really short. I think it's been
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
How did you find us? What led you to us? I know we were Fit Body Boot Camp back then, but how did you hear about the gym and about us training there?
Well, it's funny. I never, ever answer ads from Facebook, but you put an ad on Facebook that intrigued me. And at the time, I was feeling pretty dumpy. And I said, let me check this out. Again, I never do ads on Facebook. And that led me to you guys. And I walked in, I was pleasantly surprised.
Nice. Okay. Well, it was that gut intuition. It all works out.
Yeah.
You said you were feeling pretty dumpy. Is it okay if you go, like, what was that? What was going on then?
Oh, yeah. Well, being over 60. I realized that, wow, that was kind of like a milestone age for me. I realized my body was not responding how it usually responded, because I've always been pretty athletic my whole life. And suddenly I was feeling not as strong as I was. And my balance was off and my core was weak and my energy was less. So I thought, I'm not going to, take this age thing sitting down. I'm going to do something about it. So that was the impetus for me to join. And I think I joined for some 8-week program or some special you had. And I thought, I'm just going to do this for 8 weeks. I'm not going to do much more. And then turns out I stayed a little longer than 8 weeks.
That's awesome. I love it. I want to say you came in around January, February 2019, I would say.
Maybe. That does sound right. That sounds right. Yeah. So that would have been like right after the holidays. Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah. Okay. I remember. I do. With Fit Body at the time had this big conference, and it was down in San Diego. I remember distinctly because that's one of the few times we did an 8-week challenge. Normally they're like 4 or 6 weeks. We had extended it, and that's one of the few times we did. Okay.
Well, good thing you did.
Back in the dungeon, the days of the basement gym. You said you've been athletic your whole life. Where are you from? Are you from the area or? Oh
yeah, I was born and raised in East LA. I was a physical education major in college.
Oh, okay.
And I've been an elementary school teacher for 35 years, and I taught an incredible physical education program.
Thank you for what
I did, all the sports, team sports, individual sports. I really loved softball and tennis were kind of my best sports. And I still play those to this day. Well, not so much softball, but tennis, yeah. Well, now pickleball is my big deal now.
What's pickleball? This is the first time I've heard that.
It's a combination. It's a smaller tennis game, basically, with less running, but it's pretty aerobic. It can be very competitive, and you play with a wiffle ball.
Okay.
A wiffle ball and a wooden paddle ball, or not wooden, but a paddle ball. It's fun. It's new to the nation. You better watch out.
Okay, I'm about to check it out. Pickleball.
Yeah.
It's funny. There's talk about starting a softball team for Lead the Way.
Oh wow!
I'm about to come knock on your door.
I don't know. I don't know. I used to play shortstop. I might have to switch to first base, but maybe I'm not tall enough. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you right now, just the way you're speaking, you're already better off than I am, because I never played baseball, softball in my life. So I know the positions. I'm not good at any of them. So I mean, it sounds like you've been physically active predominantly your whole life. What has nutrition been like for you? That outlook, how was it growing up? What were your parents like in terms of that? And then how did it evolve?
Yeah, I had great parents, but they both worked. So I was and then, in the 50s and 60s, when you grew up, a lot of frozen vegetables. Nothing was really fresh. We never really had fresh anything, and very limited palate because, my dad didn't like this or that, but He was a butcher, so we had steak like always. Like when we had chicken, that was a treat. When we had meatloaf, that was a treat.
Wow.
So nutritionally, it really wasn't at the forefront of anybody's mind in the 60s, when I was growing up. And then as I went through college and, took classes, I realized, oh, wow, that's important. But I still didn't pay much attention to it. It wasn't until I got a job as a teacher on special assignment for the Nutrition Network for Healthy California, where I really learned about nutrition and the importance of it. And I got to go around to classrooms and cook for them and teach them about nutrition. And especially I taught in El Monte. It's a food desert down there, and teaching kids about nutrition really solidified it in my mind how important it was, and it is. So that's where I am on my nutrition journey. But and every time I see something from you guys about nutrition, whether it's from Coach Christian or Coach Sam, it's right on, and I know it's right on. I go, okay, that's right on, because so many things we hear on, social media or whatever, I just think I go, oh, that's not true. That's not right. So it's nice to be, that I'm on the right team, validation from what I know is correct.
Well, vice versa. I love hearing that when another person who's been in the field is on the same page, because you're right. There's some craziness out there. I was talking to somebody maybe a couple of weeks ago, and they were telling me that there's a diet plan out there that gives you 500 calories a day.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, what? That's scary.
Yeah, scary. It's just going to be so harmful for your body. I wish I could just tell people that. Don't do it.
The work that has to be done after to get your body back into balance so it can actually be healthy again that's
I wish there was an easy way, but there's you just have to be. It has to be consistent, and we all fall off the wagon a bit. But as long as you stay, consistent as much as you can, you'll be okay.
I love it.
When you get older, then you're going to want to wish, man, I wish I'd taken care of my body better. But it's not too late.
It's never too late.
It's never too late.
Awesome. You got to that place where you're in the dumps and things needed to change. It's been 3 years now. I see you training. I see you doing. I'm like, I love it. Every aspect.
Oh my gosh. Okay, when I first went for that first day, and I think they did 10 jumping jacks, I couldn't even do 5. I couldn't barely do 3. And I thought, what have I gotten myself into? I couldn't, as we're going around the circuit, I'm thinking I had the lowest weight, and it was just so kind of defeating, because as an athlete, I'm always used to, I'm competitive, right? So I want to get the biggest weight. I want to have the most reps. I want everything. But then I just kept on coming back, and slowly but surely I would see, so now I went from the 5-pound weight to the 7.5-pound weight, and then the 10-pound weight. And I can bang out, 30 jumping jacks, no problem. I don't know how far I can go. I know I can go far. So, and I'm less out of breath, and I'm still have issues with my balance, but I'm working on that too.
So do I. So now that you're much more confident, you're definitely, your physical health has improved dramatically. Has your goals changed, or what are you focused on now?
Okay, so let me just be honest with you. The reason I started, I was feeling dumpy and I was feeling bad, but I want a grandbaby, right? Well, my son, he's got a girlfriend, but they're not married. I mean, we're years away from a grandbaby.
Okay.
So I want to be healthy enough to play with my grandchild. I want to run around the floor with them. I want to pick them up. I want to be there. I want to be active. So as weird as that sounds, that's my goal.
That's probably the most real goal I've heard in a long time. That is right down to the bone.
It is.
Honest goal. I love that.
It is.
Not weird at all. Not weird at all. That's awesome.
This baby I already love, and it doesn't even exist in the world, but darn it, I'm going to be there for it.
Now I'm telling you, that is faith, that is goals, because it hasn't even happened yet, but you're working to it. That's called visualization right there. I'm telling you, your son is going to come to you soon enough.
If my son hears this podcast, he's going to kill me.
Make it happen, man. Make it happen. What's your son's name?
Nathan.
Nathan, you got this. You got this. Now you got the whole world cheering you on, bro.
I know. Oh, he's gonna kill me. Yeah, edit that out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's real.
Let's shift a little. You're there pretty consistent. I mean, I know you do a lot of traveling. You're retired now, correct? You retired last year, or was it this year?
I retired like 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Well, shoot, when you're retired, I swear you don't know anything about dates or anything. I don't know when I retired, but it's been more than a year.
Okay, awesome. You've been doing some traveling since then?
Yes.
As you should. That's the whole point of retirement.
Yes. And it was great because I was, pretty decent shape. We went to the Netherlands, and we're their very big biking, country. And we rented bikes, and we did over a month. We did like over 150 miles on a bike.
Wow.
So I don't know if I could have done that if it hadn't been for Lead the Way. So awesome. Good thing.
Well, definitely we gave you the platform, but you took care of the work. So it's all because of you. So that's awesome. I think they have more bikes than cars there, right? They
have more bikes than people. I'm not kidding. It's a fact. They have more bikes than people. But when you ride a bike there, it's flat, and you don't wear a helmet. But it's so safe. It's great. They have special roads just for the bikes. Oh, so yeah, we had a bike. We went everywhere on our bike. We didn't rent a car very much.
Bucket list for me. Bucket list for me.
You'd love it.
What currently do you struggle with, or what's your biggest struggle when it comes? You get there pretty consistent. When you're in town, you're working. So
yeah. Well, for me, just it's the nutrition component. It's those few pounds that after vacation I put some pounds on, but I noticed that when I'm just down like 5 or 6 pounds, how much easier it is to do the jumping jacks or to do so. That's what I struggle with most. I struggle with, I don't want to say diet because it's not a diet, but I struggle with not overindulging or at celebrations or vacations, which I go to a lot of these days.
That's the easiest place to indulge, or the easiest
I know. To indulge. And then I think too is the stretching component. I have to, Christian has been really good with I have some hip issues, so trying to keep my hips open and stretched. Or something that's my Achilles heel. That's my sore spot. So I do. I thank God, because what if I wasn't in this program? I would be. Who knows? I'd be just hobbling around. I don't know.
Thank you for bringing that up. Even us, I think that's one of the other battles that we're fighting, because I don't feel like I mentioned it enough. So I've done my part to do more of. But we're so focused on the physical component, workout, make sure you stay consistent with your workouts. We're preaching that, and I want people to train. And then we're focused on the nutrition aspect, fuel your body, do that. But it's not said enough, the importance of the recovery aspect of it, the getting enough sleep, the taking some time to sit and stretch. When you go, if you electrocute yourself, right? A guy like me, just a little knucklehead, and you put your head on the wrong thing, and then it's not necessarily the electricity that's causing your body to move so violently. It's your muscles, the contraction in your muscles. And muscles are so powerful that at any point, if they spasm enough, they can actually break bone. And so if you continue to work out and train, you get stiffer and more rigid and stiffer and more rigid, and you don't apply a stretch routine, and you don't get enough sleep, it makes your body worse. It puts your body in worse stress than not doing anything at all, because now you have this super tight, right? And that's unhealthy. You never mind weight loss goals after that. Your body is in a place of just such stress that it won't focus on anything else.
Yeah, so. And I think too is the mentality right now, like depending on what your healthcare system is, take this pill. Here, take this pill. Take this muscle relaxer. Take this. I go, no, that's just putting a Band-Aid on the problem. You gotta figure it out. What's wrong, and then you have to work through it. And it's the way it is.
You heard it. You heard it. You gotta work through it, and that's hard. I get that. That's hard. Is the word. So many people I don't want to do that. I'd rather take the easy way.
Oh yeah, that's another reason I started this program. Now it's coming back to me because my age. Is my A1C was getting high. I was like borderline pre-diabetes, I think my doctor said. So I said, oh, I'm not gonna do that. So again, I'm down, I'm good. Again, because exercise, and like when I first started going, I was only going like 2 times a week. And then I thought, well, I told Coach Christian, I go, well, I feel okay. But as soon as he told me you got to go at least 3 to really see a difference, then I started going 3, and now I go 4. So 3 or 4. But I think that's the optimal to keep doing 3 or 4. And I caution the people that do 5 or 6. You know your own body, but just you have to have that recovery period. Yeah. So just be cautious of that.
And the crazy, thank you. I love doing these. You guys give more information than I do. This is why I love it. And I think that people don't understand this as well. It's that the recovery period is where you get all your wins. That's where you burn the fat. That's where you build the muscle. That's where your body physically and visually changes. That's where all the visual changes come from. They never come if you continue to just beat it, and not feed it or not take that time to rest or sleep. Right. You lose weight during sleep and during rest periods. The workouts, I like that. The workouts are that's the setup. Yeah, that's the platform. That's where you put yourself in a position to win. But you got to finish the job by giving your body time to decompress and rest and really recover. That's when you get all the wins. Yeah. That's awesome. All right. What would you say to people who struggle to find a reason to, again, your reason is so honest and so real, but what would you say to people who are just finding, or they know that they're struggling, they feel it, but they don't know what to do or even why to do it if they have the capacity to do it? What would you say to those people?
Well, I've been there too, right? I would say, if you just get there, get there. And getting there is the hardest part, right? So if you just get to the gym, everything will take care of itself. Who cares about what you're wearing? Just get there. Who cares if you don't have the right shoes? Just get there. Who cares if you don't have the cutest little outfit? Just get there. So that is my thing. And once you get there, you'll feel so much better when you're done. You'll have like a sense of accomplishment that day. I'm fortunate enough to go in the morning, so I love it that like even if I sit around and watch a Dodger game for 3 or 4 hours, I thought, well, I went to the gym, so I'm good. But that's what I'm saying. Just get there. And don't have any excuses.
I love it.
Get there.
I love it. What's your favorite thing about Lead the Way?
Oh, no, gosh. Well, first of all, what other gym? I think that's the only place I recall that you guys knew my name before I knew yours. That's amazing. Usually you can't go into a 24-hour fitness and they're going to know your name. You could probably go there for 10 years, you're never going to know your name. But I think in the whole family atmosphere, it's the clients are, we're all encouraging one another. We're all high-fiving. We laugh. We have a good time. The 8 o'clock session laughs a lot.
Yeah, they do.
Where else can you go to work out and just laugh and feel good, and then you leave? And that's another thing I love. You can do anything for 30 minutes. Yeah. It's not like you're there sweating for an hour and a half. Get there, 30 minutes. It's fun. You'll feel better about yourself. And that's what I got to say.
That's the best plug ever. Leadthewayfit.com, guys. Go check us out. It's the best plug ever. Arlene, thank you so much for spending time with me. I do want to ask you one more thing before we sign off. How do you think our Dodgers are going to do this year?
Well, they lost a heartbreaker yesterday.
Oh.
Kirsch, I don't know. If our pitching doesn't come, together, we lost Kirsch. Kirsch is shaky. Bueller, we lost him for a few months. Everybody is. I don't know.
It's still early though. It's still early. And
know.
I remember they struggled a little bit last year too around this time, and somehow were able to pull it off.
Yeah, but we need
big goose
and our
playoffs. Yeah.
when at the beginning of the year, I thought, oh my gosh, this is like shooting fish in a barrel. We're gonna just be so awesome. And now not so much, but still faithful.
Adversity makes you stronger. So
That's
let's
right.
go Dodgers. Let's go blue.
I have a question for you too, totally off subject, about the fitness fair that you're gonna have, or you need vendors or something.
Yeah.
And you guys sent me something about that, but I'm like, what I sell, it has nothing to do with fitness.
Okay. What do you know?
I upcycle boxes covered with vintage yardsticks and rulers. So I don't, I'm like, why are they? Did they know what I sell?
Is it like
it's like a cigar, a vintage, for example, a cigar box.
Okay.
Covered with really cool vintage yardsticks that have advertising on them and stuff. And then I top it off with a weird topper.
Okay.
So, I'll send you a picture, but I'm like, it's not fitness related.
I hear what you're saying. It's maybe not even health related, but it's still, we want to support you. It is a small, but we're doing our best to reach out to more small businesses than anything else. So Arlene, if you want a table, let me know. Yeah, let's do it then. Okay. Please reply to the email, let them know, and we'll put you on. Awesome. I love it.
All right. Cool beans.
Awesome. Arlene, thank you again.
Thank you.
Eitherwayfit.com, all of our social media platforms, you can check us out as well. Arlene, she led this podcast today. I'll let you know that right now. Have a great weekend, Arlene.
Thank you. You too, Sal.
Bye-bye.
Bye.